Welcome back, you guys. Your boy CK. Apparently, Jamal Adams is frustrated with his contract negotiations. This man requested a trade. A source told ESPN's Adam Schefter that Adams would welcome a trade to one of 7 teams: the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Eagles, the Niners, and the Seahawks. All of these teams are playoff teams year in and year out. You know, they're contenders. So I kind of understand where Jamal Adams is coming from. Now, the Jets have no intention of trading him. You know, they don't have to. He's still under contract for 2 more years. But he could try to force their hand by being disruptive and staging a training camp holdout. He posted this on Instagram in response to a comment. He said, "I have time this morning. Do y'all just speak without understanding what y'all are typing or no?" Oh, I see what it is. I deserve to be paid, but when I ask to be taken care of, I'm being that guy. Huh. What does Pat have to do with me? Pat is about to get 40 to 60 M's a year. Well deserved. That's my guy. But don't compare me to QBs if you aren't paying me QB money. Shit, if I was about to get 40 plus, you wouldn't hear a damn word from me. LOL, for real. Don't use the pandemic excuse. CM22, Christian McCaffrey, got paid not too long ago. Well deserved. Great friend of mine. You're lost, my guy. I'm gonna protect myself just like an organization will look out for themselves at the end of the day. Now, if I'm the Jets, I think I do the smart thing and I pay the man. But if for some reason they don't want to pay the best safety in the league, then let's figure out which team would be the best fit for Jamal Adams. Here we go in Madden. Okay, you can see I'm using every single one of the teams. The Raiders are not a part of it. Don't worry about them. Neither are the Vikings. Okay, I'm using more teams than I have to. But the point is, we're going team by team, and we're going to see how Jamal Adams does. So here he is on the Chiefs, the first team of this experiment. Now, we moved Tyrann Mathieu to free safety. But yeah, now they have 2 elite safeties. Just nasty. The Super Bowl champions get even better. This would be a nasty fit. You know, that would be one of the best safety duos in the entire NFL. All right, so with Jamal Adams, the Chiefs went 11-4-1, won their division. Off to a good start. Now, he wasn't in the top 10 for DPOY in the AFC. Willie Gay Jr., though, his teammate, apparently was number 3. And let's see best DB. Did he squeak in the top 10? No, he did not. 2 of his former teammates, though, Pierre Desir and Brian Poole, they squeaked into the top 10 for best DB. Now's the moment of truth. Let's see his stats. Okay, 71 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, no sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 pass deflections, and no fumble recoveries, no defensive touchdowns. Pretty, average season. Nothing too crazy. I understand why he didn't win any awards. Defensive wise, let's see the stats. Defensive wise, yikes, not too good. In terms of pass yards allowed, he's near the bottom. 4th worst in the NFL. Don't know how that happens. All right, so pretty lackluster individual season for Jamal Adams when he was on the Chiefs. Let's see how far he was able to go. Okay, they beat the Ravens in the divisional round. How did he do in this playoff game? 6 tackles. Okay, I see you. He's flying all over the place. Allowed 4 catches. Not the best. But his team moved on to the conference championship where they lost to the Colts. At least they made the playoffs. They won a playoff game. Not a bad season. I think that would be a good fit, joining the Super Bowl champions. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Let's go to the next team. Next up, we have him on the Houston Texans. Another really good fit, I think, because you pair him with another really good safety. Justin Reed, the young star at free safety now because you moved from strong safety, and now you have 2 really good safeties in your backfield on defense, man. Unbelievable fit. Once again, yeah, that would be a really nice place for him to go. I'm not gonna lie, definitely help their defense after losing Jadeveon Clowney. They still have JJ, but now they're getting some more help in the secondary. So let's see how he does on the Texans defense. Texans won their division as well. 2 for 2 so far. He did not get into the top 10 for DPOY, unfortunately. As for best DB, he was not able to squeak in. That's unfortunate. 0 for 2 when it comes to the awards part. But they did have the 2nd best defense in the NFL in terms of total yardage. Passing yards, let's see, 3rd best. Rushing yards, they were in the top 10. Now let's see individually, how did he do? All right, 75 tackles, a little bit more than the Chiefs. 2 tackles for a loss, no QB sacks, 1 interception, 5 pass deflections, no fumbles recovered or forced, and no defensive touchdowns. Still, I think he definitely had more of an impact on this defense than the Chiefs so far. 31-28. Let's see how he fared. in this contest. 6 tackles, and I'm pretty sure that's about it. That's the same stat line. We're still waiting to see which team he can win a Super Bowl on. That's what we're trying to see. But hey, they made the playoffs. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks, who always have great safeties. I was going to make a video on the Seahawks safety factory. This would just be another addition to their long list of just incredible safeties throughout their history. Jamal Adams, the new strong safety of the Seahawks. He will be paired alongside Quandre Diggs. I mean, you have Bobby Wagner, MLB, of course. So having him and Adams on the same team, on the same defense, would be absolutely disgusting. 3 for 3. Divisional champ once again. The Seahawks went 12-4. It wasn't even close. Now, he didn't get in the top 10 for DPOY, but he had 2 teammates, not just one, make it in the top 10. KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner. So I don't know, maybe they were focused on him. He was able to distract some people so they can make plays. All I know is, yeah, he had a positive impact. Was he able to squeeze into the top 10? No, he was not. We're still waiting for this man to win an award. All right, let's see their team stats. Made it in the top 10 for total yards allowed. Not too shabby. Kind of near the middle of the pack in terms of pass yards allowed. Rushing defense was absolutely incredible, man. 4th best in the NFL. However, let's check the individual stats. Pretty much the same in terms of tackling, tackles for loss, around the same. We're still waiting to see this man get a sack. Well, you've seen him get plenty of sacks in real life. I'm waiting for it to translate in Madden, man. No interceptions, 3 pass deflections, kind of a lackluster stat line once again, man. I don't know about this fit. So far, we haven't seen the perfect fit. We're still waiting. So they avoided the wild card round, which means they're already in the divisional round, where they ended up facing the Bears, and they won 28-17. That's what you like to see. Let's see the defense. Let's see his stats. What was he able to contribute to the team in this W, in this winning effort? 2 tackles. Okay, a pretty lackluster performance, you know what I'm saying? A little worse than the past 2 playoff performances, but hey, they won. That's all that matters. In the conference championship, they lost 38-41, but let's see what his stat line was looking like. Okay, 6 tackles in this one, a tackle for a loss. He allowed 4 catches as well. Okay, well, they made it to the conference championship. That's the farthest we've seen. Them and the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This team right here would be disgusting. It would even make sense how nasty they would be. I don't know if they could afford them, but if somehow the freaking Baltimore Ravens pair Jamal Adams with Earl Thomas III, I don't know how teams would even throw the ball. I don't know what they would do. It would get dark quickly. You would pretty much have to run, but they have Calais Campbell down there, so I don't know what you would do. Jamal Adams in Baltimore would be filthy. You pair this man up with another elite safety, the caliber of Earl Thomas the freaking third, then yeah, just say goodbye. Say goodnight. That secondary would be all time. It would be scary to play against them. I'm pretty sure every Raven fan would be as happy as Marlon Humphrey. 4 for 4, just like Wendy's. 11-5. That's what the Ravens went, man. First in the division. All right, let's see. Was he able to squeak in the top 10 for DPOY? No, he was not. What about best DB? Let's see. He was not. There are 3 Titans in, but not 1 Raven. All right, so they're in the upper half in terms of best defense. You know, top 12 in the NFL. Not too shabby. Smack dab in the middle for, pass defense. They had the best rush defense in the NFL. It makes sense when you have 2 safeties that good. Yeah, one of them could play back, one of them come in the box and just obliterate the running game. Time for the individual stats. Okay, so this is the most tackles we've seen him get, 76. 5 tackles for a loss, insane. 1.5 sacks. We finally see Jamal Adams get to the quarterback. It happens in the Ravens uniform. He also had 2 interceptions. I'm pretty sure that's the most we've seen. So this is easily his best stat line so far. Easy his best season individually. Came on the Ravens, playing alongside one of the all-time best safeties that we've ever seen in Earl Thomas. So now it's time to see how far his team was able to go. All right, they avoided the wild card round, divisional round, played against the Chiefs, and they lost. It's really tough to stop someone like Mahomes in that offense, so I understand this. It was a close game, 29-23. He did amazing too. He had 9 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss. So far, the Ravens seem to be the best fit, but there's still a few teams left. So let's see how we finish out. Now we're looking at Jamal Adams on the Cowboys. I feel like if this happened last year, then it might have made more of an impact. But now that they lost Byron Jones, I don't know how they're gonna do. We don't know. Let's simulate and see how good this team can do. Because I mean, they have always had good linebackers. LVE, Jalen Smith, Sean Lee, he can stay healthy. D-line, they have DeMarcus Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Alden Smith. So, hey, Gerald McCoy, this team, if they add Jamal Adams, hey, they would be the most talented defense probably in the NFC East. And I'm an Eagles fan saying that. So, yeah, let's see how he does, though. 5 for 5. Another division title, man. The Cowboys won 12-4. So, he had 2 teammates in the top 10 for DPOY, DeMarcus Lawrence and Jalen Smith. As for best DBs, we had his teammate, Cheeto Bay Awuzie, win second in the NFC. Even though he didn't get an award, 3 of his teammates won awards on defense. All right, let's see their team stats. They were top 5 in the NFL. Nasty. I'm telling you, this team, if you give them Jamal Adams, that's like their weak spot in the secondary. Most notably the safety. If you give them Jamal Adams, say goodbye. Top 10 for pass yards allowed, top 10 for rush yards allowed. All right, time to see their stats. Here we go. Jamal Adams, 69 tackles, pretty much perfect. 3 tackles for a loss. He actually got a sack, half sack, 2 interceptions, not too shabby. He had 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. This might be the best stat line that we've seen so far. If not the best, then it's definitely top 2, okay? But that's individual. How did his team do? How far were they able to go? Let's see, divisional round. The Cowboys lost to the Rams. Another one and done season for Jamal Adams, man. But these are close games, 17-20. Not too shabby. The Rams, once again, have a lot of talent. So, you know, it makes sense. You know, it's not the end of the world. At least they made the playoffs 5 for 5. That's all you got to keep reminding yourself. 6 tackles total, 1 tackle for a loss, only 2 catches allowed. So, really good individual season for Jamal. Really good fit. Give the Eagles Jamal Adams. It's a wrap, okay? There's a ginormous hole that was left by Malcolm Jenkins, who went to the Saints. But then you would have Jalen Mills as backup. You would have Jamal as a starter. Pair him alongside Roddy McLeod. Not on the same tier as some of the other safeties we've seen, but still a decent safety. I mean, he's won a Super Bowl. He's definitely underrated, in my humble opinion. But we all know about Big Play Slay. We all know about Nickel Roby-Coleman. Secondary would do a complete 180 from last year. Do you remember the Eagles getting torched week after week after week? Now that would not happen. This would be one of the best secondaries in the NFL. You know, we're lacking at certain places. Linebacker, to be you know, more exact. Not one guy over 70. But, you know, these stats, they're not, you know, official. However, the D-line would be disgusting. We all know about that. So you would have a really good secondary. You would have a really good defensive line. So, yeah, this would be a really good fit. I don't know if the team success would be there, but hey, let's find out. Say it ain't so, Doug Peterson. Not only did we not win our division, we got 3rd. All right, let's see. Any Eagles? DPOY? Yes, sir. We had 2. Jatavis Brown and Fletcher Cox. As far as best DBs, we had Nickel Roby-Coleman, okay, no Jamal Adams, no individual awards, but still, 3 teammates got awards. How was the defense? Is the defense fault? Is that why the team was so bad? Let's see. Yeah, it was the defense. By far the worst defense we've seen in today's video. Well, last but not least, the individual statistics. Man, Jamal, by far the most tackles. I had a feeling this would happen because you saw the linebackers in front of him. Like, they're going to get pancaked. They're going to get moved around. He would have to come up and do more. This was predictable. 87 tackles, by far the most. 6 tackles for a loss. Pretty sure that's the most. He had a sack. No interceptions, unfortunately. 3 pass deflections, a fumble forced, and that's about it. So I think it's definitely in the top 2 or 3 in terms of individual statistics out of all these teams. But you know what? The team success was so bad that it doesn't really matter. And last but not least, the San Francisco 49ers, defending NFC champions. They would add Jamal Adams to a safety core that's already really good. Jaquiski Tart, you have Jimmy Ward, so that would be 3 above average safeties. I don't know if you need that many, but yeah, that's a lot of great depth on his defense. We already know what the defensive line is looking like, just absolutely disgusting. You have Sherman, who has lost a step just a little bit, but still one of the premier cornerbacks in the NFL. You got Fred Warner at MLB. You have Quan Alexander. They did lose DeForest Buckner, but adding someone like Jamal Adams makes up for that loss just a little bit. I know they play different positions, but I feel like adding that talent would keep them near the top of the NFC. So this would be a good fit. However, we got to find out whether it would be a great one. 2 times in a row, we did not win the division. Tied for 2nd with the Cardinals. At least one of his teammates got 2nd for DPOY. Another teammate got 9th, Quan Alexander. Damn it! So no awards during this experiment. But sometimes it's not about individual stats. Sometimes it's about team stats and how the team was able to do. He didn't do the best on the Niners. However, was it the defense's fault? Let's see. No, it was not. Apparently, 7th best defense in the NFL. So he did his thing. Him and the defense did their thing. 4th best passing defense. Rushing defense was terrible though. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's see. Jamal with 83 tackles. So he had to do a lot on this team as well. 3 tackles for a loss. No sacks. 1 interception. 4 pass deflections. 2 forced fumbles. So I'd say this is an above average individual season for him compared to some of the other teams in this simulation, you know, but the team success was not there. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comment section, which team do you think would be the best fit for Jamal Adams? Which team would be the worst? Why not just rank them? You got all the time in the world, man. 7 teams. Go ahead and rank from best to worst. What do you guys think? Have a good night. I'll see you on the next one.